know, before YouTube fucked it all up, I had the greatest job in the world, opening for Hypnocast every night.
But then we got the call, and YouTube hammered us for Moxie's tits.
So now I'm jobless and broke with nowhere to go.
Your phone ringing.
Oh,
Your
the phone
ringing.
is ringing.
Big boy, come pick up your phone. How you know pick up your phone?
Hello, this is the Gopher. Who is it?
Hello, Gopher. The time is now. Hypnocast Season 3 is here, and we want you back.
Holy shit, boys, we are back in business. That son of a bitch is gonna scream any minute now. Let the show begin.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Probably all agree you can't cut 12-year-old Timmy's cock off.
Yeah. I like how you said cut for like half a second.
Yeah. Well, it's cut and cock, and it came out cuck, and yeah, that's. Whoops! Oh fuck! Oh no! Mistakes were made.
He's been waiting in the shadows patiently.
I just smashed JT the fuck out of this.
Your face is turning red.
Yeah, because I know that the next SNH I'm gonna be fucked.
Oh yeah.
But at least I
with a
won't be
horse
fucked.
cock.
That's an unknown part of the map, so I didn't see it yet. Could I survive if I jump? Nope. Nope. Nope.
America, the greatest country in the world?
No.
If you were offered a one-way ticket to leave the country, never come back, but it's all expenses paid, would you accept that offer?
I don't think that I would leave. I wouldn't leave either.
Wow. Oh, I just took it. I did that. I took it with me. Oh shit.
Yo.
It's always the black people holding everybody else down.
Time out. All right. You know what? Yeah. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Tired of this shit. This communist ass game, whatever. This doesn't want
Somebody
me to play.
else got it. You didn't get in.
Yeah, it's just a lot of racism today. All right. Y'all have fun. I'll just continue to watch and cope and seed.
Sounds good.
Hey, look at this motherfucker pretending he's gonna watch more Stranger Things.
Yeah, you know he's gonna watch Stranger Things all day. Either that or like some game or something.
Doesn't mean I don't have my phone next to me. You know?
Watching porn.
That's tomorrow. Okay, bye.
MILF Hunters Part 14.
Now, Hypno, I could have hit you with a shuriken. I opted not to because I'm a good friend.
That's fucked up, you liar. You're a liar. You're an absolute liar. You're a liar. I knew it. Never trust white people.
Thank you, and I would have done it. You could have said thank you, and said like, yeah,
Because I knew you were gonna do it. All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right. We are live, boys. We are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do any of that, you got to bring it in close, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get awkwardly close. Listen, this is the closest we're going to get every week. You want to know why? Because it's fucking Friday, boys. It is Friday. It's the best day of the week. Get in here. Don't let Sonya say no. Sonya's trying to say no. Don't let her say no. Wizard said, bro, it's amazing. Real Life Fake Wizard is in the chat right now, guys. I want you guys to acknowledge Real Life Fake Wizard real quick. And he's trying to say that this is too close, right? This is from the same guy who slept in the same bed as Smash JT. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Can you believe this shit? It's insane. It's insane. Guys, like the stream. You already know, man. Watch it on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter. Doesn't matter. Like the fucking stream. Can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking, man? What are we checking today, ladies and gentlemen? We got a lot that we got to go over today. And today we're going to be covering the Mewgenics story. We didn't get to cover it yesterday because yesterday, well, we were just too fucking busy. It was an epic stream, though. We did have an amazing stream, but we were just way too busy. But today is going to be the day. We're going to be covering Mewgenics. It's going to be a great time. But what else are we checking, man? We got to be checking some other things. Let's see. Masters Whip says, I'm still alive, chat. Well, that's got to count for something. We're glad you're still alive. We got titty check from Raza. Is she checking her own or is she checking others? I don't know. I'm confused. We got Hypno doesn't read the chat check. You know, I'm starting to get offended by these. We got Metal Gear Solid 4 has been liberated check. Absolutely. It's exciting. We got morbidly obese scale check for DEI. We got duct tape turns on no into That's a little concerning. We got Hypno spreading facts check. Thank you. I appreciate that. We got a that's gay check. Not really. We got a cat check. We got we was Kangs and shit check. We got Reanimals out and ready to play. I know. I got to play that game too, man. There's too many games. I am only one creature. It's too many games. I'm trying my best, man. I really am. Hypnotic 3D model when? Never. Not happening. We got check with a bucket. Very nice. We got Taco Night tomorrow check. That's got to count for something. Shout out. Leftist a crazy check. Happy birthday, Sanguine to A. Happy birthday again. We told him happy birthday on Griffcast, but we'll do it here too. Everybody throw up some cake emojis right now into the chat and say happy birthday to Sanguine. Right now, throw up the cake emojis. Come on, don't be gay. Throw up cake emojis, as many as you could possibly throw up right now. Throw them into the chat. Cake emojis. Now, it's free. It costs you nothing. There we go. The cake emojis are amazing. Shout out to you guys. What else we got? We got a migraine check. Well, that's never good. I hope that gets a little better. We got T Hypno if check. Okay. We got Smash. JT Smash Taint Height check. Why are you checking that? Why are you checking that? I have questions. You know what? I don't have questions. Forget about it. Redhead check. Well, if we get a red boy, we'll show some red heads. Ha! There you go. You dad joke motherfuckers. What else we got, man? Taco flavored kisses check. That is what? What's wrong with you guys? It's disgusting. All right, I think that's when we're stopping. Our ESG scores are at their maximum, boys. We're fully funded, man. Like the stream. What the fuck? What's going on? All right, boys, let's do the Bigot Army roll call, man. Who's hanging out with us in the chat today? Who is a cool legend in the chat? Let's find out, man. Who's here? We got Low KZ420 over on Rumble. Shout out to you, my man. We got The Voice in the Water, Limitless Andre, Shady Duck, Tim Grove, Colonel Rove. We got Ryan Workman. I want to thank you the last couple of days. Been stuck in bed since my fall because of my disability. Just want to shout out this kind chat and amazing content. Hey, shout out to you, Ryan Workman. I hope you recover soon, man. I hope it wasn't like a terrible fall, but I'm sure it probably was if you're resting. I hope he recovers. So everybody wish a well recovery for Ryan Workman. Shout out to you, man. Crash Collins on Rumble. What's going on, dude? Masters Whip. Demon Carol. We got Lucky Boy. Wait, Demon Carol, is your birthday? Sanguine, you too. Happy birthday. Is it your birthday? Dade 404. Odin Dark. Shout out to Odin Dark. Dragon. John D. A Kickin' Danitz. We got Nick Havoc. We got Paul Q. What's going on, Paul Q? We got Lucky Boy. We got PC Explosion over on Rumble. We got Lord Bowser II. Torinol over on Rumble. Fractal Mage. We got Deidre on Rumble. We got Hanny. Gray Soul on Rumble. We got Dark Dimos. He hasn't questioned whether or not he's here or not. So I'm going to assume he's here. We got the real life fake wizard. He's totally not a wizard, by the way. I wonder if me and Wizard are going to join forces tomorrow. Tomorrow is our next epic battle, okay? Me and Wizard we were at opposite ends, okay? We were at opposite ends last Saturday, and it was a close match until I eventually got felted, and I'm not happy about it still. I'm still coping about it. Superman beat Goku. I'm very sad about it. But I wonder if Wizard will join my side this time, or is he going to join the side of Coke, which would be very sad to me. It'd be very, very sad to me. I've already lost King Demon I already know King Demon is going to be fucking voting with Cassie with Coke. I need to recruit Pepsi Warriors. It's good. We need to win. God damn it. You guys don't understand. I can't take a second loss. Anyway, we'll see. Dormant Psych. Secret Final Boss. Nick Havoc. Weedy for Sweetie. What's going on, man? 16 ounces ribeye. That sounds really good, man. Really good. We got, who else is here? Pizza Cat Leet. Hey, Pizza Cat, we're talking about cats today. We got Voice of the Water. We got Ron DFK with the hat. We got Sanguine Tails. Happy birthday. We got Scrap Gamer 22. Beautiful Zexel. We got Jay Sims, Reaper Knight, Sonia. What's going on, Sonia? Life Ferret over on Rumble. Matthew with the Hero Prees. Blue Octopus is screaming at the top of her lungs. She feels alive again. That means she's going to go back to Goonin. All right, guys. 4 more people. 4 more people. Let's go. Who we got? Dylan B. We got, let me scroll down. 17 Crash Gaming. Romanizer 24. Who else? John D. Who else? Guy Caramon. What's going on, Guy Caramon? We got Commander Sonok. Charlie Nuclear. Who else, man? Radio Chimp. Nick Havoc. Sir Spamalot. Dark Dymo says he's not here. Oh, man. Well, that's it. That's it. He's not here. You can't acknowledge him anymore. We got, let me scroll down. Tanya Raven. We got Frenchie07. And last but not least, we got Setsuna Shadow, who also says they're not here. Okay, so we cannot acknowledge Setsuna. They're not here. That's it. They're not here. We got Pen. What's up, Pen? We got Raza saying she is here. Okay, we can acknowledge Raza. We can acknowledge her. She's here. She is here. We got Scampus. Can't catch this. You're right, because you're fucking annoying as shit. You cats in Neo 3 are annoying as fuck. Sincerely. Panthera questioning whether or not he's here. He doesn't know. He has no idea. Rodoka. And we got Reaper Knight screaming, and then whatever. And then Air Razor X over on Rumble. He says he's definitely not a legend. I don't agree with that. He's a legend. All right, guys, listen, I called out as many people as I possibly could. Let's sacrifice your fellow bigot on the member. It's the biggest money shot of the week. It's a Friday. The biggest money shot by a long shot. Who is it going to be, boys? We got to get an epic sacrifice. Melfi says, no YouTube AI. I activate the shields of ultimate deflection, redirecting the money using Batman's ancient Tibetan monk technique to bypass any and all defenses. RIP to the poor bastard it hits to go down by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time-bound Howler says to give the love shot, money shot to the food bucket. What? For all the lonely men and women who can only eat ice cream in the coming days. No, we're going down by 1. Colonel Rub says, I spell heresy. I summon the creek so send that heresy back to hell. Repent that Emperor protects. Damn you, Horus. Which goes to himself. The fuck? Which goes to himself again because he's spamming. Better be careful, man. You get it one more time, you're going to be in trouble. Time-bound Howler again. We're going to go down. We have to go down. 17 Crash Gaming says, booty hole entry denied. Did shields lock tight down and covers me in the purses down by 3. Quit drooling and begging for a shot. That degenerate behavior isn't how you play this filthy little game. Oh, shit.
Holy shit.
Colonel Ruv has been selected 3 times in one session. 3 times in one session because he just wanted to be a little spammer. That's what it is. He wanted to be a little spammer. And he knows the rules, which tells me I feel like he's doing it on purpose. But you know what? Just to teach you not to spam, congratulations, Colonel Ruv. You are the recipient of the money shot today.
What the?
It's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. All right, boys, listen, we got a lot we got to talk about today, okay? We are going to be talking about Mewgenics, all right? Mewgenics is that glorious indie game that is performing extremely well, that is maintaining its player base in the most insane way that I've ever seen. I mean, the last time I've seen a game maintain its player base like this was probably Arc Raiders, to be honest with you. But in any case, Mewgenics, we're going to be talking about this game today because, of course, you cannot have a massive, successful indie game without having some sort of controversy tied to it by people that don't actually care about your game and are just hoping they can utilize you for whatever their political objective is. Well, apparently, the developer behind Mewgenics, the main guy, I believe his name is Edward, is getting attacked right now by all the best people online. And the reason why he's getting attacked is because he decided to retweet streamers that were playing his game. I know, like, that's insane, right? But see, the problem is that he's retweeting streamers that apparently are not politically okay to retweet. It's a Hogwarts Legacy situation all over again. So we're going to talk about it, and we're going to see exactly what's going on behind Mewgenics. We got to talk about this game. It's pretty funny. It's going to be the main topic for the day. We are also going to be talking about how indie games are just killing it, man. We got a bunch of games that we got to go over that have just been so successful lately. It kind of destroys the narrative that Highguard's developer tried to put out recently about how creativity is dying and that everybody's going to be forced to go back into basically corporate culture and working for a AAA studio, which is not fucking true at all. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Den of Wolves, okay? Den of Wolves and the other video game. Den of Wolves is an upcoming video game but by the same developers that made GTFO. And unfortunately, it looks like they are getting Ubisoft a little bit because their entire studio is suffering mass layoffs right now and restructuring completely because they're just not doing well. So we got to talk about that. We have to go over that. And we got some fast topics. We got some Steam news. Steam is adding yet another feature that I feel like a lot of people should know about. And it's a very important one. I think it's going to help a lot of people in the future when it comes to whether or not they feel like their game will run good or not, especially when somebody's complaining about optimization. I think it's going to be very important for transparency. So we'll talk about that. We are also going to be talking about a game called Cult of the Lambs, right? The developers apparently, and again, this is going to go into the whole indie thing, but the developers have been basically talking about how the indie scene is going to continue to dish out smash hit after smash hit because, well, it's just a better scene right now. So we'll talk about that and see what they have to say. We're also going to talk about John Wick video game because I'm super excited for that. We got good news about that game. We also got to talk about some weird GTA 6 news that I wish I never even knew about. We got the DICE Awards that we got to go over just to see who won what. And we have finally figured out, apparently, what the 6 canceled Ubisoft games were. We now officially know the 6 canceled Ubisoft games when Ubisoft announced they canceled 6 video games. So we're going to talk about that. Yo, look at Camelot in the chat. Camelot's in the chat, boys. Everybody rub his nips. Everybody do it right now. Where's he at? Everybody rub Camelot's nips right now. Do it. Do it right now. There was 6. Yeah, there was 6 canceled games. 6 canceled games and 7 delayed games. It's crazy. So we're going to talk about that. Shout out to Camelot. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, we got a lot we got to go over, boys. We got a lot that we got to discuss. And tonight, if I have time, which I think I should, we are going to be checking out over on Griffcast After Dark. We're going to be checking out the first version of the game Kena, which is the game that opened up the PlayStation Showcase yesterday. with the sequel. A lot of people were talking about the game, in our chat, and I was like, you know what? Let's do something different. Let's go check out the game at Grivecast After Dark. So we're gonna be playing the first one, Kena Bridge of Spirits, or something like that. It's called. We're gonna be checking that out tonight after Hypnocast. So if you're interested, come hang out with us on Grivecast After Dark on Hypnotic Gaming Live. Otherwise, you might be a little gay, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you're into. But you should hang out with us regardless. I'm just saying. All right, guys, with that being said, we got to get into the pre-stream legends. Let's thank the people that took the extra step because they're legendary. They help us every single day. Thank you guys so much as we are on the road. Hey, Camelot, how many naked snakes are you at? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. What are you at, like 580? We are at 561 tier 1s in a row. We're trying to get to 562 today if we get lucky. And 254 tier 2s in a row. So let's see what we could do. Let's see what we could do, boys, to try to get there to the best of our ability. Camelot says he's at 580 naked snakes. Boys, we're 19 away. We're 19 away. We got to close the gap. we got to close the gap. Shout out to Camelot, man. It's not fair. He was out being a professional racer and like felting me in every way, actually doing something important in the world. And I was over here streaming every day. Shout out to Camelot. I appreciate you, bro. We're at 561. We're trying to get 562. Let's go. We got King Demon Wing with a 10 membership mega banger starting us off strong.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Everybody spam the King Demon Wing emojis in the chat on YouTube and on Rumble right now. Spam the chat because since this is the first one of the stream, you already know what that means. Shout out to the legend King Demon Wing. 10 memberships is crazy. I appreciate that, my man. We are trying our best to raise memberships to the best of our ability. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. After that, we got Blue Octopus screaming at the top of her lungs. She says, fun fact, koi fish always travels in groups of 4. If attacked, koi A, B, and C will scatter, leaving behind the decoy. Oh my God. That was terrible. I should have seen that coming. I really should have seen that coming. I should have seen that coming. God damn it. Shout out to Blue Octopus. I appreciate that. Guys, don't forget, man, there's a lot of crazy games that are coming out that it's an exciting time, man. I completely forgot that Reanimal came out. We got to play Reanimal. I completely forgot that High on Life 2. I've been looking forward to High on Life 2. I don't even know for how long now. I desperately want to play High on Life 2. I played the first one. I've advocated for that game. I've told people how good it is, and I've gotten people to play the game. I'm so excited. High on Life 2 is officially released. Completely forgot about that game. What else came out? Obviously, the Dino Crisis games came out. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Mr. Melancholy with a 2. Twitter, Blue Sky Re. Why can't they be normal? They could never be normal. Let's be real. Let's be real, Mr. Melancholy, but I appreciate that. We got Odin Dark with a 2 says, for the Gopher. For the Gopher, he says. For the Gopher, he says. I appreciate that. Thank you. We got Paul Q dropping a massive 5 membership banger.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Paul fucking Q, an absolute legend. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. That goes a long way. We got Secret Final Boss with a 199 super sticker. Thank you, Secret Final Boss. I appreciate that. We got Twisted Master with a 2. Hypno still coping about super. Listen, stop laughing. It's not funny. Yes, I'm still coping. I've been all week. All week. I'm telling you, man, I swear to God, if Wizard votes for fucking Coke, I'm going to lose my shit. God damn it. Thank you for the 2. Raptor Kratos with a 5. I'm so hyped for the new Canada game. Woot woot. Yeah, listen, I played the first one. Like I told you guys, I played it when they gave it away for free on PlayStation like a long time ago. This was years ago. And I don't mind, diving back into it on Steam. I haven't played it on Steam, and I would like to get the achievements. So fuck it, why not, right? Might as well check it out, especially since the second one is coming out this year. So, you Burr with a 5. What do you call a dog on a leash in Korea? Carry out. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on, man. God damn it. Then we got Shady Duck with a $20. Here we go! Lucha, 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 lucha. It's the way of life. Lucha, lucha. He says, Hypno, did you see that they added a whole new character and new endgame content to Diablo 2 Resurrected? Wonder what spurred that on. Yeah, so we talked about it the other day. I think it was like 2 streams ago when we talked about the Diablo showcase. And, I came up with some theories as to why that was. One of the main theories that I have is just the fact that I think Blizzard understands and acknowledges that there is a massive player base that they lost with Diablo 4 because they turned it into basically live service fucking bullshit. So I think what they're trying to do is recapture the players that don't want to play a Diablo that is live service bullshit. And they figure, let's go with nostalgia. Let's bring in the Warlock, because they brought in the Warlock for every one of their games except for Diablo 3. Right, so they brought it in for Diablo 2 Resurrected. I think what they're trying to do is boost the sales for Resurrected. I don't think Resurrected did as well as they were hoping to. So they're trying to utilize a new class in order to boost the sales for that game while maintaining the live service element in Diablo 4. That's what I think is happening. But, whatever. It is what it is, right? But I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 20. And then we got Odin Dark for a 2. What do you call a limping donut? Cripple Cream.
Holy shit.
That's insane. That is insane. Thank you, Odin Dark. I appreciate that. I think I have Diablo. I'm almost positive. I didn't check yesterday. I was supposed to. Completely forgot. I'm almost positive I have Diablo 2 Resurrected on Battle.net. I think I do. I might be bugging though, but I'm almost positive I do. But I want to pick it up on Steam anyway, just to have the game. And I think it has achievements anyway, so that would be cool. And if it doesn't, whatever, it's fine. All right, let's continue. We got Crash Collins over on Rumble dropping a membership. Thank you, Crash Collins. I appreciate that, my guy. And then we got Crash Collins dropping another membership over on Rumble. Thank you so much, Crash Collins. I appreciate that. And then we got Dietrich Connick with $1 says it's Friday. This dollar identifies as $1.99. I don't think it works like that. But sure, we can pretend. Scrap Gamer with $1. I tried to hypnotize my grill so they will cook faster. Now it just keeps telling me I'm doing a rare job. Wow. Thank you, Scrap Gamer. I appreciate that. And with all that said, we are caught up. Let's go over gifted games. I think we got some gifted games. Let's see what's going on there, and we will check out the rest from here. So what do we got for gifted games? Shout out to you guys again. Even those, some people really prefer to give gifted games, and I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support, regardless of what it is. Angmar, we called this one out already over on Griffcast, but we'll call it out again. I saved it for Hypnocast. Don't want you to miss out. Tainted Grail is great. And he gifted The Fall of Avalon Sanctuary Osiris DLC. This might, I don't normally go back for DLC, but this game is not that old. I definitely think I would go back to this DLC in like a Griffcast After Dark. I don't think I would add it to the actual playlist because the playlist is for the original game and my thoughts at the time for the original game, good, bad, ugly, whatever it was. But I definitely want to check this one out. I loved Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon. I thought it was really good. There was a lot of problems with the game at release, and I hope they fixed those problems. There was a lot of bugs. The game was super fucking buggy, but it was one of those things where it's like the main experience was pretty fun. There was a lot of bones there, and I think they could get something special if they just fix the bugs and really, buckle down on that, which supposedly they have from what I've been reading in terms of the reviews and from what the developers have been putting out there. So that would be cool. But I appreciate that. Thank you so much for Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. DLC. I will accept it behind the scenes. Oh, don't tell me this game came out too. Oh my God, dude. Don't tell me this game came. We have to do SNH plays. Roadside Research is hilarious. Wait a second. Remember you seemed interested in this one from a previous showcase last year? Consider this a make good for 2 of those gifts from last week. Roadside Research is hilarious. I have to play this. There's way too many games, bro. We have to play this on SNH Plays at some point. This game, I was so excited for this. Oh my God. Thank you, Great Ape. I appreciate that. Didn't expect you to like theme park type games, though it has waters and pools, so who knows? Water Park Simulator. Water Park Simulator. God, they got a simulator for everything. I wonder if they have a simulator. That would be interesting. That would be a nice little, like, curious thing. Thank you, Great Ape, for that. I appreciate that. Jesus fucking Christ, my guy. Jesus fucking Christ. Shit. Guys, what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? I swear, oh my God. I'm literally dumbfounded right now. I'm dumbfounded. Shady Doug, I am dumbfounded. Oh my God. Shady Doug says, here you go, Hypno. And gives Diablo 2 Resurrected Infernal Edition. When I heard the extra notification, I thought somebody was gifting me High on Life 2, because normally every time I mention a game, somebody's like, oh, right on it. I'm like, dude, guys, you don't have to do that. You guys know I could buy the fucking game. I could buy it. I could, Jesus Christ, man. This is definitely a game that I will be playing on Griffcast After Dark. I'll be rolling a Warlock on Diablo 2 Resurrected. Not anytime soon, because I'm playing other games right now. But I absolutely will be playing this. Sonia says, hey, Mikey's playing that game right now. I don't blame him. Diablo 2 is fucking amazing. And the Resurrected version looks really good. I remember the little bit that I got to play of Resurrected. It was really good. It was a lot better. I'll tell you this. It was a lot better than what do you call it? Warcraft 3 Reforged. It was a lot better than that. What they did with Warcraft 3 Reforged is a travesty compared to Diablo 2 Resurrected. So at least they listened with this game. But anyway, regardless, it's official. Hypno has no life with so many games. Why do you think I use my Steam Deck so much? I try to sneak in gaming when I can. I'm excited for the inventory upgrades too. That's the biggest thing, the biggest change with this particular update. So I'm excited for that, dude. Shady Duck, man, you're a fucking legend, bro. What can I say at this point? Thank you so much, Shady Duck. I appreciate you. Thank you for the gift. That's crazy. Thank you everybody for the gift. I will accept it behind the scenes. You got to give me 2 seconds because I can't accept it in the browser for some reason. I'm going to do it right now. I accepted Tainted Grail, Roadside Research. We got to play that. Water Park Simulator. Got to check that out at some point. And then Diablo 2 Resurrected. All right, guys. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. That's loud. That's loud. Calm down. Calm down. We got Dark Dimos. Wait, I thought he wasn't here. And now he's here. He's throwing a yellow boy. So is he here or is he not here? Why should you never eat a clock? It's too time consuming. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why? Why do we do this? Like, why do we do this? UFO Mega with a 2 Water Park Simulator. Give me Squirter Park Come on! Seriously, UFO Mega? Squirter Park Simulator. Oh my God, bro. What the fuck? What are we doing? What are we doing? Jesus Christ. This is insanity. Setsuda Shadow. Just giving $2. Thank you. Thank you. Some normalcy. There's some normalcy out here. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. This is a little bit of normalcy here. Can't we just do like simple super chats or a membership? No, you got to say Squirter Park, bro. Come on. What are we doing? Anyway, thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. As we are, like I said, we're on our road. We're trying to get to 562 tier 1s in a row. and 254 tier 2s in a row. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. All right, man. Let's get into the content. You guys ready for this? Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let me X this out really quick. All these amazing gifted games. I appreciate that. Guys, do you want to see a sneak peek of our battle this Saturday? You want to see a sneak peek? I'll show you a sneak peek. I'm telling you, man. I swear, I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for this. I'm gonna show you a sneak peek. Hold on. The trailer's loading right now. Here's a sneak peek. I haven't even looked at the video. I hope it's good. It might not be good, but we'll see. That's right. Fuck that bear. The Coca-Cola bear is going down, bitches. Pepsi Man all day. Pepsi Man all day. Oh man, we cannot lose. We cannot lose. We cannot lose, man. I'm telling you. Trey Burkhalter with a 10 says, Tifa, what did Cinderella say to Prince Charming? Want to see if it fits? Oh my God. Oh my God. That's insane. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Trey Burkhalter. Causing chaos as always. I appreciate it. All right, guys, let's get into the content. Let me X this out. All right, so let's talk about the first thing. Let's talk about Ubisoft. Let's start the show off with an appetizer. How about that? How's an appetizer sound, guys? Everybody likes appetizers, right? Yamato with a 5 says, if you drink holy water with a laxative, will that start a religious movement? Oh, my. Are we going for a record today? Are you guys good? We going for a record? What's going on here? What's going on here? Jesus Christ, man. Thank you, Yamato. I appreciate that. All right, guys, let's start off with an appetizer. So apparently, it has been discovered what the 6 canceled video games are from Ubisoft. If you guys don't remember, I'll remind every single one of you about what's going on. So Ubisoft is in a restructure right now, okay? They have been restructuring their company for the last 2 years, and the majority of the restructuring is going to happen now over the next 2 years, all the way till 2028. They're going to be firing in a total over 3,500 employees, if not over 4,500 by the time they're done, but give or take somewhere between that number. And apparently not only that, they are also going to be closing down multiple studios, and they already have. They've closed down dozens of studios that this article is actually going to mention. But one of the bits of news that came out when we discussed everything that's going on with Ubisoft was the fact that apparently they had canceled 6 video games that were in development, one of which we already know, which was the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. You know, the game that all the shills over on Twitter tried to convince you was totally not what you saw when the leaks happened, and that's the reason why. You know what I mean? Like they did all this stuff, try to defend the game. Anyway, that video game got canceled, but there's other video games that have also gotten canceled. So we're going to look at that and see what they are right now. So first reported by Insider Gaming. Insider Gaming understands that the following 6 games were canceled. You obviously have the Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time remake, which was canceled after being announced in 2020, 6 years ago, by the way. You have a game called Project Ether, which is in development since 2019, which was canceled but has morphed in a way into a newer project, believed to have been in development at Ubisoft Halifax, which got closed down. So Ubisoft Halifax has been closed down, and essentially the project has been given to someone else and is basically a new project. So whatever that was, well, that's been canceled, right? You have Project Pathfinder, known previously as Project U. That's been canceled. You have Project Crest, a World War II extraction shooter. I didn't even know they were working on a World War II extraction shooter, apparently, but that game has been canceled. It seems like Ubisoft is only capable of following the trends. It's unbelievable. These guys, like, bro, what? You guys are AAA studios. You guys should be making the trends. How the fuck are you the ones following the trends? It really is kind of sad. Now, don't get me wrong. A World War II extraction shooter, I'm sure, would have been cool if it was done the right way. But do we really believe that Ubisoft would have been the one to do that the right way? I don't believe that. Anyway, Assassin's Creed Rebellion, well, that's dead and gone completely. And Assassin's Creed Singularity, a new mobile Assassin's Creed game, has also been canceled. So most of these games were probably live service video games to some extent, I gotta imagine, especially like Project Pathfinder, Project Ether, and Project Crest were probably live service video games. Singularity, also a mobile game. So even though it's not a live service in a way, it's one of those like all about monetization kind of video games. But every single one of these have been canceled. All 6 projects have been canceled. And we're talking about years of work. Because think about this. If the oldest video game here so far is 2019, this is years of work down the drain. This is probably well over $1 billion down the drain in development between all these games. It's actually fucking crazy. So the amount of money that Ubisoft continues to blow on a daily basis is unbelievable. And I have to question, where the hell are they getting this money from? Because it definitely isn't their video game sales. So maybe it's Tencent saving them just so they could take them over little by little. Who knows? But most of these were live service slot video games. So that's basically it. I just wanted to let you guys know that. But the one game that is still coming out, by the way, according to Insider Gaming, the journalist that could do no wrong, is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. The people that make fun of our titles, the people that make fun of our thumbnails, and yet they, for some reason, can never just spell check their fucking articles. It's unbelievable. Maybe you guys should be using AI after all, so you can stop making this mistake. This happens all the time. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's amazing. I can't wait to play Black Flag. Oh man, that's just a little, you know, we're just making fun of journalists at this point. Damn autocorrect. Yeah, I know. Black Flag. Black Flag. No, but seriously, obviously it's Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. That game is still coming out. So we'll see how that ends up coming, you know, but as of right now, they're working on something called Black Flag. All right, let's X out of that. We got, look at this. Trey Burkhalter with a 5. My wife was really mad about the neighbor sunbathing nude outside. Personally, I'm on the fence. Gay. That was definitely gay. That was 100% gay. Like, confirmed. Confirmed. Gray Salt with a 2. Dark humor is like food. Not everyone gets it. Come on, Gray Soul. Sonia with a 5. Oh, great. Sonia's getting involved. Here we go. When does a joke become... Gay. How did I know she was going to do some shit like that? How did I know? How did I know? When does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent. Come on, boys. This is Hypno's favorite dad joke. He wants to hear it 25... No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't need to hear it 25 more times unless it's 25 Red Boys. I'm good. I'm okay. And even then, I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you, Sonia. I appreciate that. Crash Collins with $1 says Friday humor is the best. Are you sure about that? Scrap Gamer, don't take laxatives with holy water. I ended up taking a holy shit.
Holy shit. Shit.
This man took one of my sound effects and turned it into a dad joke. I think I've seen it all now. I have seen it all now at this point. That's crazy, bro. That's insane. Now I don't feel comfortable using that sound clip anymore. You're taking it away from me. All right, you're ruining it for me. Shout out to you, man. I'm just fucking around with you. Thank you so much. All right, so let's go over the DICE Awards, guys. We got the DICE Awards. You guys know the DICE Awards, the awards that everybody cares about. You know, sort of. Outstanding Achievement in Animation. The winner of the DICE Awards Outstanding Achievement in Animation goes to not Death Stranding, not Ghost of Yotei, not Monster Hunter Wilds, and not The Midnight Walk. South of Midnight. South of Midnight. Wow. I mean, listen, I will say this. Stop motion animation takes a lot of work. And it definitely is fairly interesting. But holy shit, are you seriously, are you beating out these big titles? The Midnight Walk is a beautiful video game. And The Midnight Walk is also stop motion animation. If anything, it's a better version of stop motion animation compared to South of Midnight. But, I mean, that's where we're at. Torino with a 5 on Rumble says, when does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes a parent? Thank you, Torino. Appreciate that. Chaotic Holy with a 5. When does it... Man, fuck you guys. Another one. God damn it. This is unbelievable. Sonia, this is your fault. This is your fault, Sonia. Oh, great. Look, Dietrich for $1. What key can't open a door? A turkey. Now we're bringing back the ones from before that current one. Tech the Drifter with a $4.99. I bet a belt out of watches. It was a waste of time. This is going to be all day. This is literally going to be all day. And Rumble's doing it for $1 each super chat. I'm about to ban the $1 and go straight to the 100. This is crazy. Crash Collins with $1. When does a joke become a When does a joke Alucard with a 5. When does a joke become when it becomes a Homer Simp? Oh my God, what are we doing? Twisted Master with a 5. I have a dream job, crushing Pepsi cans. It's so depressing. It's so depressing. Oh my God, bro. Crash Collins with $1 for Sonia. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure Sonia loves it. Loves it. You know, when I said we were trying to get to tier 1, I didn't mean like this. I didn't mean like this. Radoka, when is a joke? Tanya Raven with a 5. When does a what? When does a dad joke become a father? When he becomes a parent. When does a mom joke become a mother? There's mom jokes? No idea. Oh my God. Kiana Coley for 1 month. When does a joke become? The Master's Whip with a 5. When does a dad joke become a dad joke? When it becomes a... You are all gay. Every single one of you. Every single person in this chat. I swear to God, if I'm getting this much feltoning happening right now, Pepsi better win tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. That's literally all I'm saying. I'll deal with the feltoning today, but Pepsi needs to win tomorrow by any means necessary. Coke is already going to have major voters on their side. The betrayal is crazy. Okay? God damn it, man. Scrap Gamer with a 5. Who says when jokes become a dad joke deserves to be called gay? Crash Collins with $1. Like I said, Friday humor is the best. No, it's not. No, it's not. When is the jumping? I'm going back to the Dice Awards. The Dice Awards is somehow less gay. Real life fake wizard. What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie? Sophisticated. You even have Wizard doing this shit. Even Wizard is joining in on this. What the fuck are we doing, boys? Alucard with a 2. Okay, enough with the dad jokes. Time for a divorce. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. Angmar with a 4. Angmar, not you too. But I'll take the hashtag for Pepsi, though. We got Tanya with a 2. I'm gay, but at least I'm not late. Hi, Sonia. Zima with a 5. There's a rumor Pepsi may allegedly have baby parts in it. Last conspiracy theory we have not yet proven true. What the fuck? What the fuck? Bud with 13 months. What's it? Oh my God, Bud! I'm going back to the fucking Dice Awards. Outstanding achievement in art direction. Expedition 33 won. Wow, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Expedition 33 won considering all the drama. It beat out Death Stranding, Dispatch, Ghost of Yote, and The Midnight Walk. Interesting. What else? Outstanding achievement in character. Expedition 33 had 2, Dispatch had 2, and Ghost of Yote won? Wait.
Holy shit.
Wait a second. What? Bro. Excuse me? Guys. Raza with a 5. I don't know if I've read this one, but it's a fucking dad joke. Thank you, Raza, for the 5. I appreciate that. The feltoning is crazy right now. Guys, wait a second. So, hold on. So, you mean to tell me that Atsu is a better character than Esuke And Mael? Mael is an amazing character. SK, everybody loved. SK had more fucking quotes, quote tweets, likes, comments, everything. And it's, bro, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. What the fuck is special about Atsu? What is special? Oh my God, it's so obvious. That's crazy, bro. Outstanding achievement in a musical. What? Oh my God. You mean to tell me that Ghost of Yote has better musical composition than Expedition 33? Are you serious right now? Bro. Oh my, tell me you're, anyway. What else we got? Let's laugh. Outstanding achievement in audio design goes to Death Stranding 2. They didn't even put Expedition 33 on this list. I'm not surprised. Outstanding achievement in story, Expedition 33. Well, at least it won that. Outstanding technical achievement, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach won. Action game of the year, Hades 2. Why am I not surprised? Guys, Hades 2 beat out Ninja Gaiden 4 for action game of the year. Why am I not surprised? You're not going to give it to the one with the hot waifu. No. You got to give it to the safe, horny game. Yeah, why am I not surprised? Adventure game of the year, Ghost of Yote. Ghost of Yote apparently is a better adventure game than Hollow Knight Silksong or even Dispatch, for example. Family game of the year, Lego Party. Fighting game of the year, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Racing game of the year, Mario Kart World. Where is Sonic? Role-playing game of the year, Expedition 33 won. Sports game of the year, Rematch. Strategy simulator game of the year, The Alters. Immersive reality tactical achievement, Hotel Infinity. Immersive reality game of the year, Ghost Town. Outstanding achievement for an independent game, Blueprints. Blueprints, really? Mobile game of the year, Persona 5 The Phantom X. Online game of the year, Arc Raiders. Outstanding achievement in game design, Blueprints. Wow. Outstanding achievement in game direction, Expedition 33. Game of the year, Expedition 33. Wow.
Holy shit.
That's an interesting little list they got there. Wow. All right, then. Dietrich Connick with $1 says, when two vegans get in an argument, is it still called the beef? Yes, it is. When does a joke become a dad joke? Turkey. What kind of key can unlock a door? When it becomes a parent. Oh my God. Captain Killer Guns with a 2. DICE Awards, more like DEI Awards. Facts. I'm surprised they haven't canceled 3/4 of their name, considering there's ice in DICE. You would think they would change their name by now, considering how much they say fuck ice. Twisted Master with a 5. If a dad joke is transparent, can it be a normal parent? Thank you, Twisted Master. Alucard with a 5. Okay, one more time. When does a joke become a dad joke? You gotta fuck for it. What are we doing today? Like, what is that? Are you guys drunk? Comrade Kims with a 5 says, what do you call a Mexican baptism? A bean dip. Bro, what are we doing? Comrade Kims, thank you. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate that. I feel like somehow we're going to get to tier 1 just off of terrible dad jokes. And I would not be surprised. DICE Awards is stupid. I just wanted to cover that. That way we could see just how stupid they are. Let's continue. Let's talk about Den of Wolves. So, Den of Wolves is an upcoming video game made from the same developers that made the video game GTFO. If you guys don't know what GTFO is, well, I'll show you. It's a hardcore cooperative horror shooter that throws you from supposedly gripping suspense to explosive action in a heartbeat. Stealth, strategy, and teamwork are necessary to survive in your deadly underground prison. That's how they describe it over on Steam. Well, Den of Wolves Studio, 10 Chambers, has announced a significant restructuring and layoffs, including several of the studio's co-founders being laid off as well. 10 Chambers says that the team remains fully committed to Den of Wolves. Now, again, 2026 is no different than 2025, where we are going to see studio closures left and right. We're going to see all kinds of failures happen before our eyes, and it can happen for a bunch of reasons. I, don't know very much about this particular studio, so I'm not going to comment on any kind of like ideological things or overall bad gameplay choices or anything like that. But I got to imagine, I mean, looking at the numbers here, you can clearly see that there's been some sort of disconnect, right? Because the game didn't start off that bad. The game actually started off pretty decently. Okay, the game had an all-time peak of almost 19,000 players 3.5 years ago. And then over the course of time, they had a couple of booms here and there, right? A couple of booms. They had an early access back in 2019, but the official release was in December of 2021. And then the highest they hit was almost 19,000 players. And that was during a free weekend, it seems, right? Or before a free weekend. But regardless, they had a free weekend to try to save the game. Free weekend. Every time they have a free weekend, the number spikes, as you can see. But otherwise, the game is dead. So there's something that's disconnecting players to make them not want to stick around with this game after the free weekend. Whatever that is, I mean, that's up to you to decide or up to them to figure out. But it has a concurrent player count of 729 players on Steam and 400 some odd players playing the game right now. I don't know if the game is bad. I don't know if the game is good. But what I do know is that it's not maintaining its player base, and clearly that it's affected the studio in a very negative way. So let's see what this restructure is about and see exactly what their decisions are going to be regarding this actual studio. So the developer of GTFO and the upcoming Den of Wolves has confirmed a large number of layoffs as a studio as a result of restructuring, including several of its co-founders. The layoffs initially came to light on LinkedIn, where multiple employees reported being let go by the studio. Around the same time, 10 Chambers co-founder Vikstrom announced his departure from the studio, saying he's going indie, making way smaller games, focusing on health and family, and just enjoying game development. I think a lot of people are going to be doing that over the next couple of years. I think a lot of people that are part of AA teams or AAA teams are going to be leaving those teams to make their own indie studios and focus on much smaller, simpler to design video games that don't take the level of time that these bigger games take, and allows them to just, buckle down and focus with a smaller team. And I think that's honestly the better way to go. We don't need all these AAA studios. We don't need all these AAA video games. Indie video games are where a lot of people are going. Now, here's the problem. If you come from a AA or AAA studio and you try to bring that ideology into the indie scene, I have a sneaking suspicion you're probably not going to be very successful, right? Did Sandfall cause a trend? Maybe Odin Dark. I got to imagine they probably did. Sandfall's success and other studios, by the way, it's not just Sandfall. Sandfall was probably I would say this. Sandfall is huge, not because of the amount of copies they sold, even though that's a lot. It's because of the story behind the studio. It's because of a studio that was founded by somebody who left Ubisoft because they were bored. They left Ubisoft because they weren't being challenged. They didn't feel fulfilled. And they went and created a studio with less than 40 people. And they made a video game that took the world by storm to the point where it is now the record holder for the #1 awards ever won for a video game ever. Right? So Sandfall, even though it may not be the most successful financially, because there's other video games that had way more players that have made way more money that are indie developers. But the truth is that they got all the glory. They got all the story. They got all the press. They got all that stuff. So they brought the attention really to the mainstream and kind of forced people to look at games that are not just AAA. At least that's how I take it anyway. So in a statement provided to PC Gamer, 10 Chambers confirmed the layoff, saying that it's taking a hard look at how we work and how the studio is set up, so Den of Wolves can become the game it deserves to be. Now, I got to be honest with you. If you're looking forward to Den of Wolves, I'd probably be a little bit concerned, considering they're going to be working with a skeleton crew compared to anything before that. But I mean, anyway, we'll see. This unfortunately means a significant restructuring of the studio, impacting a large number of roles, including several of the studio's co-founders. We recognize these changes are difficult, and we're approaching them thoughtfully. Out of respect for everyone involved, we won't comment on individual situations. We remain focused on the vision of Den of Wolves. Ulf Anderson and Simon Viklund remained fully committed to the game and leading the studio forward. The number of employees put out of work wasn't revealed, but the cuts appear to run deep. 10 Chambers didn't state explicitly that Anderson and Viklund are the only remaining co-founders, but it certainly seems that way. If so, that means at least half a dozen other co-founders, including Vikstrom, are gone. That is bad. That's a big hit. That's a big hit. Whether or not that's going to affect them in the long term, I guess we're going to have to find out and see. But as of right now, that is a pretty big hit, boys. So we'll find out. But I just wanted to share that with you in case you guys are looking forward to Den of Wolves, because I think I saw some of you in the chat saying you were. So if that's you, then yeah, definitely keep a lookout for that. Masters Whip with a vine says, yes, I am hammered. I only get 2 off-duty days a month, so take the bad dad jokes and like it. Thank you, Masters Whip. I appreciate that. David became a member all on his own. Thank you, David, for becoming a member on the channel. I appreciate that, man. Sir Spamalot says, is this Fatal Fury? No. No, it's not Fatal Fury. All right, let's go. Monkey Man with $1. When does a joke become a dad? When he can't open a door with a turkey. Okay. Crash Collins with $1. All of you have me in stitches tonight. You are all legends. Well, I'm glad somebody's laughing. Thank you, Crash Collins. Appreciate that. All right, let's get to the next topic. Let me X this out really quick. Guys, do I even want to cover this story? Like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? I saw this headline and I'm like, there's no way this could be real, right? There's no way this could be real. But apparently it is real. It says, hurry, you have less than 1 week to move to Norway and have a baby with someone. Lie together today, get GTA 6 free from us in 9 months. What? What is this? What the fuck? Oh yeah, well, prove it. Move to Norway to have a child. What do you want? What, you don't want to? I knew you were a chicken. I knew you didn't have what it takes. In case you're wondering whether I have gone fully mad, the answer is only slightly. This is an actual deal that retailer Complet, a Scandinavian gaming and PC store, is offering on its Instagram. The video text roughly translates to life hack. Lie together today, get GTA 6 free from us in 9 months. In case you thought it was a bit, the description clarifies this is actually not a joke. GTA 6 is released in 9 months, and if you have a baby on the launch date, we'll give you the game for free. Guys, the world has gone crazy.
Holy shit.
The world has gone crazy. I don't know what we're doing anymore. I really don't. Torino with a 5. When do Game Awards become a joke? When it's apparent that the turkey won by a foul. Guys, who's getting pregnant to get GTA for free? Who's going to do that? I'm sure some of you in the chat will do it. Sounds like an ad for Japan. Yeah. Fuck this story, bro. This shit is weird. I thought it was fake at first. I thought it was going to be a joke. But apparently it's not. Good news about John Wick. Those of you that watched the PlayStation Showcase know how bricked I was for the John Wick video game. And I still am. Apparently, John Wick's video game is going to be coming out on PC at the same time as PlayStation. So it is not going to be a PlayStation exclusive like some people were thinking from the showcase. And that is great news because I will be playing the shit out of the John Wick video game when it comes out. So I just wanted to share that bit of information because that's huge in my opinion. So there's that. We also, hold on, have a new Steam change that I think is really important that we should go over quickly. So Steam is always adding new features. We just discussed the other day how Steam added a new feature for early access for developers to give a timeline about when their video game is expected to be releasing out of early access and officially releasing to 1.0. Apparently, it's an opt-in service. I believe it should not be an opt-in service, but I mean, you know, we could discuss that later. But they did add that. Well, apparently now Steam is going to be adding to Steam reviews the specs that the player played in when they reviewed the game up until that point. Now, this is an opt-in thing, so players can opt in if they so choose. But if they do, you will be able to say what specs that the player played the game on when they reviewed the video game. Now, you're probably asking yourself, well, why? Why do you want this? Why do you want that? The reason why is because when you see reviews talk about how there's bad performance, right? When you see reviews talking about how bad somebody lagged in the game and how bad, how bad whatever the performance may be, I think it would be interesting to know if the person was playing on a graphics card that's like 15 fucking years old. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be interesting to know that information, because then you could kind of say, okay, well, this person had a shitty computer. Maybe we could look at a review from someone who had a pretty decent computer. And if they're experiencing the same thing, then perhaps, we can say that this game has some problems. I think it just adds more transparency to the overall situation. I kind of don't mind this change personally. And again, I think that this is going to be, it's an opt-in thing. So you don't have to opt in. So if you don't want to have that information out there for your reviews, and that's fine. But I think this is also going to expose bad narratives from developers like what's his name? Randy Pitchford, for example. Mr. Borderlands 4 is for premium gamers. And you guys need to stop overthinking your PCs as to why your game is running bad. Right? It'll expose the shit out of him when you got reviews from people with 4090s talking about how they're lagging in your video game. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important. I think this will be a good change overall. It's just another feature that they're adding. More features are not a bad thing as long as they help the overall experience. And I think this one will. For those people that want to opt in, and obviously not everybody will. So take that for what it is. But I actually don't mind this addition to Steam. Premium gamers only. Yeah, I know, right? How's that going for him? So let's X that out. That's going to be cool. Hopefully they can keep doing that. Okay. Guys, we only got 2 more topics. Okay? 2 more topics, and that's because one of them is a really long topic. All right? So the first topic that we are going to talk about is about the Cult of the Lamb developers. All right? The Cult of the Lamb developers, they are behind a video game called Cult of the Lamb. And if we go over to SteamDB, let me pull up SteamDB really quick and see how this game is doing. Cult. This is the game that had that really cool, like, what do you call it? Really cool art style. So, okay, Cult of the Lamb, and they're coming out with Cult of the Lamb Woolhaven, right? Or something like that. Which is, it's a DLC for Cult of the Lamb. But in any case, check this out. So, let's bring this up on Steam. Or actually, let's focus on the article first. So we're going to be talking about Cult of the Lamb. And these developers are indie developers that have had a hit video game called Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb ended up hitting about 3.5 years ago 61,780 concurrent players on Steam. They have sold an estimated 3 to 5 million copies just on Steam alone. They're about to release a new DLC called Cult of the Lamb Woolhaven that a lot of people are looking forward to. And the reason why we're talking about Cult of the Lamb today is because there's an article here from PC Gamer that I really want to focus on, kind of driving the point home about indie video games that we've talked about so many times on this channel. This person says it's weird in the industry right now. Cult of the Lamb developers still have faith that the indie scene will continue to dish out smash hits. Massive Monster also wants to prioritize value for money. Now, it's amazing, in my opinion, to see somebody say this from the indie scene when we have video games in the AAA scene that are doing the complete opposite. They are trying to prioritize money and lying to you about the value, whereas indie developers, for the most part, not everybody, but most of them, are prioritizing value, and then they end up getting the money because the value, the proposition for it, is just astronomically higher than anything else. I'll give you a perfect example. Look at what happened with Highguard, okay? Highguard was literally free to play, and people still decided it was not worth to stick around. People would rather pay, $20, $30 for Mewgenics, and that game has 90,000 concurrent players on Steam and rising every day. People are choosing to play that game and stick with it and pay money versus playing a free-to-play game that is generic that looks like everything else, right? So the indie scene is in a very interesting spot right now. They are not the end-all, be-all saviors, but they are in a very good spot right now. So let's see what this developer has to say about Cult of the Lamb and just overall the indie space. So he says, I think we definitely had an idea that people were going to like Cult of the Lamb and it was going to be a success. But I think it would have been mad to assume that it would have got to the level of success that it did. According to the art director, James Pearman, who told PC Gamer, it's weird in the industry right now because you have these AAA games that cost $200 million or however much to make. And so they have to charge $60 or however much it is to sort of have any chance of breaking even. And then you have all these indie games that are coming out at a fraction of that. And a lot of them actually just have as much content as the AAA games, if not more. And in some cases, they're just as good, if not better, experiences. Now, you have to question why that is. Why are these indie games such better experiences compared to the AAA games that get all the attention, right? The AAA games get all the mainstream attention. They get the award show attention. They get all the commercials. They get all the journalists, the shills, everybody talking. Like, they get all the attention. And only the indie games that are breakout successes get their attention that are equivalent. But otherwise, unless it's a pre-established indie game like, Hollow Knight, for example, very rarely do they get mainstream attention. So why is that? Why are these games so good? And it's because the price to value proposition is so exponentially higher that people let their guard down. At least this is in my opinion. People let their guard down with video games that are $10. People let their guard down with video games that are $20, right? The entire idea behind impulse buy is $25 or less, right? If you look at anybody that studies impulse buy is usually maximized at the $25 price point, but realistically, the sweet spot is $20 or less. So if you have a video game that's $20 or less, you immediately let your guard down when it comes to expectations. And then when you get a video game that actually put in the work and put in the effort, and you realize that, holy shit, this game is actually amazing. How is this possible? It's only $20. So now you are just ecstatic, right? Because here's the thing. While AAA games are over-promising and under-delivering, indie video games are under-promising and over-delivering. And that is why when you play these games, you get that sense of this amazing feeling when you realize, holy shit, these games are actually amazing, and they only cost a fraction of what I would have spent on the latest AAA game. You mean to tell me I could buy 3 to 4 indie experiences that are all the same length, if not longer, than the AAA game, done better, more fun, and more value-focused versus the AAA game that I could only have one of? It starts to make sense when you realize the pricing and how important all of this plays into it, right? This is why when they were attacking Hollow Knight for being only $20, I was like, dude, if they're attacking Hollow Knight for being only $20, that's because Hollow Knight is going out there destroying the narrative that they've been trying to convince you, which is we have to charge this price because we feel like we have to. They're like, oh, this is our value for our video game. No, it's not. It's clearly not. I think AAA games are way too focused on over monetization, and I'll give you another example. Look at what the High Guard developer just recently said in his long-ass article coping about why his game failed. One of the things he led with in that article was the fact that we were hoping that this was going to break the millennial curse for financial problems, right? So essentially, that is a very long, drawn-out way to say that they were hoping to get rich off of this live service hero shooter video game. That is what they were hoping to do. Whereas you have the developer behind Mewgenics that was saying he was worried he was going to go broke developing the game that he was loving and that he had in his mind for over 8 years, but he wanted to see it through. And then he literally made his entire budget back in 3 hours of the game being live because he focused on making a game out of passion instead of making a game for profit. And it has none of the bullshit that these other games have. And before you know it, everybody and their mother's playing the game. So there is a disconnect here. There is a disconnect because I don't know if these developers that are AAA devs have been, I guess, mentally brainwashed by their executives that focus nothing on anything other than profit. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if they've lost their passion for making video games, but honestly, I think they have. I think a lot of them have, without a doubt, lost their passion for making video games, but not a lot of indie developers. Indie developers are pretty much ran by passion in the hopes that they do well. But that's basically it. So looking at the recently played library on Steam, it's a mix of AAA games like Fallout 76, Deadlock, or Battlefield 6, and some AA games like Arc Raiders. But there's also a hell of a lot of indie games that just keep sticking around. Cult of the Lamb isn't just a regular play, especially with its recent Woolhaven expansion. Stardew Valley, Lethal Company, and SCP Secret Laboratory keep popping up. One of the best things about the gaming industry right now is not knowing when the next indie smash hit is going to come out of the woodwork and happily surprise us all. But with everything else going on in the industry as of late, I don't blame anyone for getting nervous about the future. Honestly, if you are nervous about the future, it probably means you're not focusing in the right places, okay? I just recently perfected Ball X Pit. I got all 63 achievements of Ball X Pit. I put almost 64 hours into Ball XP, and I never even thought about it once. Like, I was, every single time I spent playing that game, it was amazing. It was so much fun. I didn't want to put it down. I was actually a little bit sad that the achievements finished, and I eventually moved on from the game. But I could go back to that game when they release any kind of expansion or any kind of additional content and pick it up like it's nothing, right? You're talking about a small, listen, it's a small install size, right? So I can install Ball XP in like 2 minutes, right? Small install size, small price, super cheap, great value, fun replayability. It's just a fun game. They focused on making a fun video game. Even in their trailer, if you watch the Ball Pit trailer, you'll realize that, yeah, it seems like the developers are just having fun with the game. That's what they were focused on. So I think that AAA has really lost their way in what or why they're making video games for. And unless they find their way again, I think a lot of them that are passionate are going to be making their own indie studios. We're already seeing this happen, by the way. We're seeing a bunch of AAA developers making their own indie studios and trying to separate themselves from the AAA woes, if you want to put it like that. It says it's really hard to sort of tell what's going to happen. I don't know if releasing an indie game is necessarily harder. Our friends over at Aggro Crab just sold a ridiculous amount of copies with Peak, and you know that they're not a new studio. But I think that kind of took them massively by surprise. And by the way, if you guys don't know about Peak, Peak was made in 1 month. 1 month time. 1 fucking month. 30 to 31 days Peak was made. For those of you that don't know. So after 1 month, they released Peak, and they released it to massive success. In 1 month, seriously, in 1 month, this indie game did better than some of these AAA games do, and it took them years of development. So just think about that for a second. 1 month Peak was made in. It's crazy. I'm sure there will be games in the future that just absolutely explode almost out of nowhere, like Schedule 1 did, but which sold a ridiculous amount of copies. Sometimes you just make something that really resonates with people. Peak developers have said time and time again how the success of the multiplayer climbing sim took them by surprise. So listen, man, at this point, these games, their art styles, their overall gameplay, and their focus on fun and value over monetization, I think is going to continue to stand out. I think gamers are sick and tired of the same nonsense we've been getting over and over and over again. And I think what's going to happen is with games like Mewgenics and games like Peak and games like Schedule 1 and games like Ball Pit, all these games are going to continue to stand out amongst an industry that is all trying to copy each other, right? AAA industry, like we said so many times before, they're trying to copy each other nonstop. And eventually you're going to lose your identity and lose your way. So I think that this is going to be a great, I guess, I don't want to call, I guess, a precedent, right? It's going to be a great precedent for the industry that continue to make games that are interesting, fun, and focused on fun first. And I think you'll continue to be rewarded. Shocker that gamers will give you their money willingly and with ease as long as you give them what they're asking for. And all people are asking for at the end of the day is fun games to play that aren't going to preach to you. That's basically it. And they aren't going to try to nickel and dime you, right? Nobody likes to be preached at, and nobody likes to be nickel and dimed. If you could avoid those two and make a super fun video game, I think you'll be fine, especially if your team is small. So shout out to these developers for doing such a great job. And like I said, if you want to look at their numbers really quick, we can just take a look. Cold to the Lamb does have their new expansion, Woolhaven, that they're coming out with. And the game had 61,000 3.5 years ago. And still, in 24 hours, has more people playing their game than Highguard. There is 8,300 people playing Cold to the Lamb right now in 24 hours. 7,053 people at the time of filming this video. And Highguard has 2,922 people playing this game. And it's free. It's free. I want to remind people that. The value proposition. People always say, oh, there's no better value than free. That's not true. That's not true at all. There is better value than free. And we're looking at it right now. This game is free and has less people playing it. And it's part of a more mainstream popular genre in hero shooter versus Cold to the Lamb that is more niche and yet somehow, some way is doing much better. Think about how that all makes sense, right? So shout out to this developer. Great job. And hopefully their expansion does pretty well. And yeah, I'm going to have to check out this game at some point too. There's so many games I got to check out. It's insane. Let's catch up on supers. Let's catch up on supers really quick. We got Radoka with a 2. Reminds me, Hypno, go to some review. Hell is Us. I want to, but I feel like time has left us for that game, unfortunately. It might be a video game that I end up playing on Griffcast After Dark, but it all depends on how long the game is. if we ever get to a point where we have some in-between time or downtime, I'll leave it up to a vote and see if people want me to review it. It's fine. $49.79 for $189. We need Prototype 3 to drop. Prototype was an amazing game. It really was. Prototype was an amazing franchise. I had so much fun with that game. It had a great open world experience. Pure fucking chaos, by the way, which is always amazing, right? I love it. I love pure, utter chaos. And that's exactly what that game was. Just pure chaos, right? So I would love a Prototype 3, but, you know, whether or not we actually get it, who really knows? Who really knows? I know a lot of people had a problem with the fact that they replaced the first character with the second character, but, you know, overall, the gameplay was amazing. I love Prototype. Prototype 1 was good. Prototype 1 is my favorite. Prototype 2, it had cooler abilities, but the story was kind of garbage, you know? We got $49.79 with a $4.89. Can you confirm the Prototype 3 leaks? No, can't confirm anything. Can't confirm literally nothing. Last Shadow says, downtime, you dreaming? Listen, I can dream. I can dream. Xavier with 16 months. I caught my cat sitting on a TV remote. Turns out she watched the pause. She wanted to pause the show. Oh my God. Xavier, thank you for 16 months. I appreciate that. Let's see. Where are we at? We got Crash Collins with $1. Apparently, a few more dad jokes are in order to get to tier 1. Apparently. Format with $1. Hypno, tell me a dad joke. No, I refuse. I absolutely refuse. All right, boys. Are we ready to get into the final topic of the day? This is going to be a big one. Let me make sure I have everything set up because this video is going to be a long video. Pretty much. Let me make sure all this is set up. Give me 1 second. And you know what's crazy? It leads to them getting felted, which I love. Not the Mewgenics creators, but it leaves the activists getting felted again. I love it. So let's talk about Mewgenics. And we'll see. Hold on. Let me get a drink. Hold on. All right. We ready? Rift Walker looks amazing for a solo dev. Nice. No, my chat froze. Oh, I got to refresh my chat. There we go. Are we ready? We got $49.79 with a $1.99. Heard they're dropping Prototype 3 this year. I wonder how many times he's going to talk about Prototype 3. I'm down, though. As many as it takes to get to tier 2. As many as it takes. Let's make it happen. Thank you, sir, for the $1.99. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about Mewgenics, the hit indie video game that is taking the world by storm right now. Mewgenics is really important for a multitude of reasons, and we're going to discuss every single one of those reasons in this video. But the main concern that's happening with Mewgenics right now is the fact that the creator, Edmund McMillan, is getting attacked right now by the modern audience. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not kidding. He's getting attacked right now by the modern audience and the activists over on X because of insane reasons that you would not even believe. But we're going to talk about them. An article here from PC Gamer says Mewgenics co-creator Edmund McMillan says people need to get more creative with their hate in response to disappointment over controversial cameo meows. Now, he apparently has hired certain voice actors like Ethan Klein, for example, or Chris Chan, apparently, for some of the cats in the game. But one of the reasons why he's also getting attacked online right now, and I shit you not, is because apparently he quote tweeted streamers playing his game, which I feel like any developer would do. And one of the streamers that he quote tweeted playing the game was Emaru, the streamer who's getting attacked right now by all the activists because apparently she didn't want to talk about politics in her stream. And then she eventually bent the knee to them. And shocker, they're still attacking her anyway. So let's go over this article and see what we got to talk about. We're going to go over the article. We're going to go over the actual statement from Edward, by the way, who is unbelievably based in his response. And I really hope he sticks to it and does not bend the knee to these people, because this is going to be another Hogwarts Legacy situation where the activists are trying to attack a successful video game that they were just supporting not even a couple of days ago. They were just praising Mewgenics. I'm not even kidding. Literally all the journalists, all the activists were praising Mewgenics, but then the moment they found out that Ethan Klein's involved or Chris Chan's involved or Amaru's playing the fucking game, which, by the way, has nothing to do with Edmund McKillen, but they still decided to make it a thing anyway. The moment they found that out, that's it. The NPC download came in, and they were like, oh, we can't like this game anymore. I'm telling you right now, if you live in a world that you believe that these activists, these psychos, are not playing a game about cats, when most of them are cat women in real life, I guarantee you that's bullshit. We all know they're playing it. We all know they're going invisible on Steam so that nobody can see them playing it. We all know they put it on private so nobody can see their hours playing the game. We know they're playing the fucking game, right? But in any case, let's talk, just like they did with Hogwarts Legacy. You know how many people were caught playing Hogwarts Legacy that said they weren't going to play it out of, standing with trans people or something like that? You already know that this game is being played by them. It's about cats. We already know it is. But anyway, Mewgenics co-creator Edmund McMillan says people need to get more creative with their hate. All right, let's see. I understand we live at a time where a meow from someone who has different beliefs as you is scary and frustrating, confusing, and controversial. Why that is, I have no idea. Why the hell do you care about who voiced the cat in a video game that's literally like a cartoony video game about breeding cats? Why do you care? I don't know. But, this is just the world we live in. So Mewgenics, the cat breeding roguelike from Binding of Isaac developer Edmund McMillan and co-creator Tyler Glale has some uncanny meow sounds. That's because they're actually just humans saying meow, not cats, which is probably for the best given what happens to all the poor kitties in the game. There's a long list of cameo performances from various internet personalities, and some of them have become controversial figures since their inclusion in the game. As reported by Rock Paper Shotgun, Ethan Klein and Gila Klein of H3H3 Productions both provide meows, angering some commenters over on Reset Era due to their adamant support of Israel. Jesus fucking Christ. It's a game about cats. Why are we bringing up Israel versus Palestine in a game about cats? Are you kidding me? What are we doing, bro? Are you really going to try to turn a game like Mewgenics into something political? Are you serious? Is this the world that we live in? I guess it is, but anyway. Gila served in the Israel Defense Force, and Ethan Klein is embroiled in public feuds over the issue. It's a shame that the game has Zionist creators. Wrote one person on the forum, Zionist creators, boys. You know what? It's funny. I actually have the video from Ethan Klein, so we might as well check it out and see what he has to say about this entire situation before we continue the rest of the article. Let's press play. Here we go. Volume up and go.
Hey, come on, bye-bye. Mewgenics, this is the hater corner. I'm almost out of this. Mewgenics is a game that came out, by the way. Oh, wait,
comes out tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Shout out. I'm actually friendly with Edmund, one of the creators. He made Bindings of Isaac. You know that game?
Yes.
Prolific game. A terrific game. I've clocked many hours playing that.
It's one of the first roguelikes ever created.
And so they've been working on this game for like 6 years. It's finally coming out tomorrow. I can already play it because I got because I'm hooked up.
Damn. Oh, can you hook me up?
But also I voiced one of the cats.
I heard. Oh, that's exciting.
He asked me for that years ago.
That's super cool.
But I was pointed towards this review.
It's funny. He says he was asked that years ago. So everything that people are getting pissed about is not even a decision that was made recently. But because of recent politics, they want to get mad over it. It's like, bro, this game has been in development for over 6 years. Actually, I think over 8 years, from what I understand. So what are we doing?
Mostly it has like 10s. Everybody loves this game, agrees this game is great, right? And I've been playing it, and it is great. It's great. But there was one person that gave it an 8. Naomi Jackson.
Just for some clarification, Mewgenics has been getting pretty much 9s and 10s across the board. But there's one journalist from one website that gave the game an 8. And the reason why they gave the game an 8 is not because of the gameplay, not because of the problem with the game, but only because of the inclusion of Ethan and Gila. That is literally it. A literal political point deduction on a video game about cats.
There was one sticking point for her if you go to the end of the review. She says, despite its inclusivity, when I reached the credits, I discovered just how many celebrity cameos there were for different meows. Unfortunately, including some I consider to be quite problematic, namely Ethan and Gila Klein.
Oh my God.
I'm unsure if I've come across their cameo yet while playing, but their inclusion is personally a sore point that does impact my love for Mewgenics. While I still support its message, which I believe to be against unsafe breeding practices, including people who have called genocide against a certain group of people inevitable, waters down that message somewhat.
Oh my God.
When the fuck did I say that?
Jew.
You scumbag.
Oh my
fuck
God.
you. What the fuck? When the fuck did I say that?
And because of that, they gave the game an 8. Tell me exactly why we are trying to listen to gaming journalists again. You know, they like to complain about how YouTubers have taken over and whatnot. Meanwhile, they're writing some bullshit like that nobody wants to listen to. Like, bro, it's a game about cats, my guy. Why are you even bringing this up? Who gives a shit? It's people that want other people to get mad for their own personal beliefs. Like, bro, all people are going to do is just make fun of what you're saying. Anyway, so that was the Ethan Klein and Gila Klein clip. Now let's continue. So when we added most of the people on the list, it was ages ago, Ethan said, which we already covered. Also on the list is the Game Awards stage invader, Matt and Even, who has appeared on a number of podcasts. I didn't realize Matt was controversial, and I mean, a lot of these people are characters doing bits. I wanted the game to feature a huge array of iconic voices I've been hearing echoing across the internet for most of my time making games. According to McMillan, as some probably noticed, I was all over the place when it came to cameos and did my best to include and keep ones that clashed or kind of counterbalanced each other. McMillan adds that the inclusion of Ethan and Hilo is counterbalanced by iDubbbz and Anissa. 2 creators' RPS notes have been supportive of Palestine. So what the fuck is the problem? I don't see you complaining about iDubbbz and Anissa's involvement. Gee, I wonder why. Bro, people just don't want to be honest and admit that their entire life and their entire personality and their entire being, right, as a human, has been taken over by politics. They don't ever want to admit that. So they made, and again, Ethan and iDubbbz have been publicly feuding, so McMillan made sure to contact both to make sure they were okay with the other involvement, so it didn't feel like a weird gotcha on release. They were both very adult about it and said they have no issue with the other being added, and I really respected that. McMillan doesn't seem too bothered by the criticism. I understand we live in a time where a meow from someone who has different beliefs as you is scary and frustrating. Confusing and controversial, he says. But it felt interesting, so I decided to explore it. Also, I should probably point out that I don't share the same opinions as, well, probably any of the people we included. If I only included people who share the same exact opinions as me, I'd only be the one meowing in the game. That's a beautiful thing. And that's true. That's probably true for a lot of people. The developer added that he doubts people who would be put off by a problematic meow would enjoy Mewgenics in the first place. For those who do want to play the game, but find one or more of the inclusions upsetting, McMillan suggests making the most of the cat army's disposability. Basically, he's saying if you find one of the voices to be problematic, then destroy them in the game. You know what I mean? Like that's such a simple thing. So based, number one, that's great. And number two, yeah, like what the fuck are we doing? It's a game based on cats. Can we seriously stop? It's insane. Now, the good thing is that just like Hogwarts Legacy, this supposed boycott that they're trying to do against the game has had zero effect. If anything, it's had the reverse effect, right? Look at Game Informer. Mewgenics recouped its 8-year development costs in just 3 hours after the cat breeding roguelike games launched yesterday. They wrote this on February 11th before any of them realized the involvement from the supposed problematic people. So these people were promoting the game. They were talking about how successful the game was, and then all of a sudden they found out that it involves certain people, and then suddenly that's a problem. Now, obviously, Asmongold got involved with this because, I mean, why wouldn't he? It involves a lot of people that he personally talks about. And we got a post here from Yeet that says, Asmongold shouts out Edmund McKillen for how he responded to the noise surrounding some of the voice characters in Mewgenics. This guy brought in Chris Chan to be on his game? What a fucking legend. Let's see what Asmongold has to say about this whole situation. Shout out to the Roach King.
Edmund McMillan spoke with Mark Warren and addressed the criticism surrounding some of his choices for voice actors. Ethan and Gila Klein, Chris Chan, and Matan. This guy brought in Chris Chan to be in his game? What a fucking legend. What a god. Oh, man. I didn't even know this. And why is Matan, like, he's not controversial. What do you mean? The only person here who's really controversial is Chris Chan. Ethan's not really controversial. Matan's not controversial. I don't know. Like, and I do find it to be interesting that the other, like, this guy is Israeli and this guy is a Jew, and I think that he has Israeli citizenship. So it's very interesting. I wonder where all of this controversy comes from. Isn't that weird that 2 out of the 3 people that are being mentioned had that happen?
I wonder if there's going to be any Sonichu related, like, in-game secret whatever, like medallions or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool.
And so he goes and he says, I wanted this game to feature a huge array of iconic voices I've been hearing echoing across the internet for most of my time making games. The inclusion of Ethan and Hilo was counterbalanced by iDubbbz and Anissa. I made sure to contact them both to make sure they were okay. Very adult about it, and I really respected that. I included Chris, but also Liquid Chris. I didn't realize Matan was controversial. If I only included people who share the exact same opinions of me, I'd be the only one meowing in the game. If a cat appears with the voice of someone you hate, you can literally throw it in the trash or worse. Thank fucking God we have a developer that has some balls.
Seriously.
Thank God. Like, really, this is the most pathetic and embarrassing thing ever.
Well, you can't have them in a video game. It's not the right thing. I just remember what they did in 2013. It was that.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's funny. It's funny. And that's the end of it. Like, all of these weird busybodies, I want to tell you what to do. I want to control
Moral
what
police.
you're saying. Ah, bro, it's so exhausting, isn't it?
It's the moral police of the internet. It's people that have some of the worst things in their closet. People that are some of the most disgusting people in the world for a multitude of different reasons, going out there trying to tell you how disgusting you are because you like women looking a certain way, or you being disgusting because you don't believe in supporting certain political whatever nonsense that they petition. Like, it's moral fucking busybodies, bro. It's literal internet Karens. And the sad thing is that a lot of them are men too, not just women. So the Karen, the Karen claim is a very blanket claim, but that's what it is, man. It's people that have no interesting life outside of the internet, that have nothing going for them in real life, that project onto you how bad your life is, supposedly, but really they're talking about their own. They project, and then after they get felted eventually by the revelation of whatever, they just end up going into their corner and coming back as a totally different account. Every single time.
Drives me fucking crazy. So I'm happy to see somebody not even playing games with this. Upcoming DLC packs featuring Hassan and Asmongold. Stranger things have happened. What?
Can you imagine if Asmongold and Hassan were in the game? That would be legit hilarious. Now, I just want to drive a certain point home about the lack of success that these people are having with their boycott, okay? So the modern audience would have you believe that this is the game that should exist and this is the only games that should exist, right? Games that essentially rewrite history and try to sell it to you as a video game when really it's just propaganda at the end of the day. These games released, by the way, on the same day. Reloaded released on the same day as Mewgenics, and Reloaded released to 57. This is the power of the modern audience, guys. 57 players, all-time peak. Reloaded. It released on the same day as Mewgenics, and Mewgenics on that day hit 77,887 players on Steam. So again, it goes to show the power that the modern audience has, which is very minimal. And by the way, after the supposed boycott that they're trying to do, just to drive the point home even more, now they're at 89,765 all-time concurrent players. They hit this 6 hours ago at the time of this particular video, and the number just keeps going up. Every single day, you see the heartbeat pattern continue to go higher and higher and higher and higher. So I got to imagine this boycott really isn't exactly working out very well for them. So what exactly are we doing here? Now, if the numbers weren't going to be enough to felt the modern audience and to make them realize how useless their boycott is, because, these are the ones who are always talking about your boycott against Yote didn't work. Meanwhile, nobody called for a boycott on Yote, at least not that I can remember publicly. I know I didn't. I know a lot of other creators didn't. But these people will actually call for a boycott. They have done it with Hogwarts Legacy. They've done it with other video games. And every single time they do it, they failed. Look at what happened with that medieval video game that came out recently with Amelia or Amelia, whatever her name is. That game is now at 500,000 wish lists or something like that, and rising every single day after people were calling for a boycott because they wouldn't put gay relationships in the game. Well, here's even something funnier to drive the point home. Just about an hour ago, you know what Edmund McKillen decided to do? Not only did he double down, because by the way, he's getting hate for quote tweeting Emeru, who is playing his game, by the way. This started a couple of days ago, right? But the funny thing is, Edmund McKillen, an hour ago, he doubled down and quote tweeted Emeru again. He says, I can't believe I'm tweeting this again. Oh my God. Oh my God. So guys, it's very clear that he does not care. And I think that's a great thing. I hope he continues to not care. I hope he continues to double down. I hope he continues to triple down, because the success is going to continue to roll in. And this entire nonsense about trying to make this into some like online Karen bullshit, people like trying to moral police you and talk about what you can and cannot say, or what you can and cannot do, or what you can and cannot listen to. These people need to get their own fucking lives in check. Figure out their own personal lives, because nobody who's happy in real life is online trying to police what somebody else is doing in their life. Nobody who's happy in real life does that. That just doesn't happen. You can go online, you can join the discourse, you can talk about gaming, you can talk about the good and bad and the ugly, but if you're out here trying to police other people's lives, or even worse, if you're out here worried about what other people are doing in their own lives, you're clearly not very happy. And it's obvious to anybody who is happy. So shout out to Edmund McKillen for continuing to go against the grain. And again, he's not even taking any side. That's the funny thing. He decided to involve two people or two groups of people. They were at each other's necks. And he's like, yeah, I want to involve all of you. You want to be in the game or not? I think that's a great thing. So good for them. Shout out to Edmund McKillen. And honestly, I can't wait to play Mewgenics. I already have the game. I plan to play it. And we're going to have a good time with it. So that's basically it for the Mewgenics story. And it's a ridiculous one. It really is. It is genuinely ridiculous. We got Alucard with a 2. You working again, John? Maybe. HXC with a 5. How do you make a tissue dance? Put a little boogie in it. Tibbs dad hat. What are we doing? Midnight Mike with a 2. Play Mewgenics on After Dark Hypnotic. I do plan to. Not tonight, but I do plan to. Real Tifa Lockhart with a 4.99. Doc thanked me for donating a kidney and that I have saved a life. Told him that it was nothing. I have 6 more at home. You know, I saw what you did there. Odin Dark with a 2. Politics or entire personality is whack as fuck. True. True. If politics or sexuality is your entire personality, you are fucking boring. You are boring in every sense of the word. I've been saying that for years. You are boring. And then we got this gentleman, Kang himself, throwing not 1, not 2, but 3 bananas in the chat. Thank you, Kang. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And then he says, for a $4.99, we demand cat games. Well, we have one. It's called Mewgenics. Go play it. Go play it right now. All right, guys. That's basically it for all the topics. We got through everything today as quickly as we could, because I'm trying to get as much time to do what we got to do tonight, because I have a very busy day tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to stream as much as I was hoping for tonight, but regardless, we're still going to be able to play the game. So we are going to be streaming on Hypnotic Gaming Live. Before you guys leave, don't be gay. Hold on. Before you guys leave, this link will take you to Griffcast After Dark, where we will be playing Kenna Bridge of Spirits. This particular game is the first version of the upcoming sequel that was announced at the State of Play. And a lot of people are curious about this game. So we're going to be playing this game tonight just to check it out. I already played this on PlayStation a long time ago, but I want to play it on Steam and get the achievements. So I figured we could just hang out tonight and play the game. So that's going to be there today. No Indie Game Showcase. No, because unfortunately, again, guys, Indie Game Showcase is not going to happen all the time. It's going to happen when I have extra free time. The truth is that a couple of weeks ago, I had a ton of extra free time. There wasn't that many news to cover. And so I filled it with indie games. Now the news is rampant, and I'm trying to fill with the news as much as possible. We will do what we can when we can. Let's see. But check it out. We're gonna be going live tonight. So that's the link to the stream. If you're not gonna hang out with us in the Waifu Battle, check this out. The link's right there. If you don't want to watch the stream, then perhaps you can watch my video that went live today, talking about the ridiculous response from the High Guard developer. This one was an interesting one. It was honestly really ridiculous. So you could go check that video out right here. I'm linking it in the chat right now. That's the video for that. And for Rumble, I'm linking the gaming stream as well, because I forgot to. Deadeye's Lock with $1 says, what do you call entitled woman in her masculinity in HR? Ho righteous. Damn, I can't even drum that, bro, because that is facts. That is the maximum levels of factual information. We got Demon Carol with a 5. I was told my grandfather had the heart of a lion and lifetime ban from the zoo.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. That's insane. What the fuck? All right, boys. So we're going to get into the waifu battle now. We are not at tier 2, so no ears or anything. We're going right into it. Let's do the waifu battle, the one from yesterday, because we didn't get to do it yesterday. Let's have some fun. And then we're going to move over to the gaming stream and then close out the rest of the night just hanging out. All right, boys. Let's get into it. Waifu battle. Let's go. All right, boys. The waifu battle is here. Now, if you guys have been missing the last couple of waifu battles, we have a brand new champion who has been winning, shockingly, and apparently has no signs of slowing down. But the waifu battle champion is now none other than the one and the only Cowboy Bebop legend herself. Let me bring her up on screen. We got Faye, ladies and gentlemen, as the waifu battle champion. Now, before we bring out the challenger, let's go over the rules of engagement. Rule number 1, all super chats during the waifu battle can and will count towards a particular waifu, but the only way they're going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You got to put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, then it will not count. It does not matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact and you put the name of the waifu you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2, you can vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Faye. You can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It doesn't matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen is going to be the one that counts. So please, if you're going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? I know we don't understand the rules. It's fine. All right, guys, listen. I'm bringing back a waifu for this Friday, this beautiful Friday. I'm bringing back a waifu that we haven't seen in quite a bit. Somebody who a lot of people love for a multitude of reasons, but mainly it's because she's a redhead. Let's bring her out and see if she can take down Faye and grab the belt for herself going into Sunday of next week. Let's see who it is. All right, boys. The challenger that's going to go up against Faye is going to be none other than the one and the only anime version, by the way, because, you know, it's anime. We got it. We got to do the anime version. Poison Ivy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Faye or is it going to be the anime version of Poison Ivy? Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's find out. Poison Ivy or Faye. Torino is starting off unbelievably strong on Rumble for a $20 banger for Faye Valentine. I choose you. Shout out to Torino. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, man. Holy shit. That's a hell of a way to start off. Faye's got a $20 lead. Deadeye's Lock with $1 says Faye. The animated version. Netflix version, what about me? Fans, your OF is waiting for you. Nobody likes the Netflix version, man. Toxin with a 269 says Faye. The Netflix version, I don't care. Ban him. Ban him right now. Right now. Crash Collins with a 10 over on Rumble, fighting his Rumble brothers. And he throws it in there for Poison Ivy. Shout out to you, my man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We got Kang with a 1999 banger for Poison Ivy. I've never been a tree hugger. But this brick is going to earn its green thumb. Shout out to Kang. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. For the 1999, we got a very, very, very close battle right now. Very close. Dark Mages with a 5 says, Faye, got to support the Femme Fatales. I respect that. I respect that. Shout out to Dark Mages. This battle is unbelievably close right now because of that 20 from Kang. Let's see how this ends up. I am curious. Gray Soul says, I love redheads, but Ivy never did it for me. I don't know why. Maybe because she has... Maybe because she's a fucking plant? I don't know. Maybe because she's a plant? Torinol with a 2 says, there is no Netflix version. Thank you. I appreciate that. D-Draconic with a 5 says, Poison Ivy. Let's go, D-Draconic. Everybody fighting hard. Deadeye's Lock says, Toxin needs to repent now. I agree. I agree. I agree. Zevin Cross says, beep, beep, Faye, Faye. Fair enough. Alucard with a 5. I took a blue pill earlier and it got stuck down my throat. I've had a stiff neck for hours. During the waifu battle, bro? Really? Really? Come on. During the waifu battle? We can't even be absolved during the waifu battle. You got it. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Why am I not surprised? We got Mr. Melancholy with a 2 says, Faye got me pew-pewing straight to the stars. Shout out to Mr. Melancholy. We got Midnight Mike with a 5. Ivy have to support my redheads. This is an interesting one. The votes are all over the place. Normally, I could kind of get an idea of who's going to win by now, but not right now. They are all over the place. It's going to go either way. I guess we'll see. We got the Jester with a 2 says, Ivy for her sweet nectar. Shout out to the Jester, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, brother. All right, guys. It is time for Poison Ivy to come off the screen. It's time for her to come off the screen. And we are going to bring out the current Waifu Battle champion, boys. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Poison Ivy, thank you so much for your service. And now it's time to bring out the ever angry, ever confused looking Faye to the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Faye or is it going to be Poison Ivy? Who is it going to be? Let's find out right now. Right now, this very second. Let's find out, boys. Let's find out. Too Cool Curry says, y'all trying to get a rash? I think they're okay with risking it. She ain't hot, but she's wild. So that's a plus, right? That's got to count for something, right? She's a wild one. Got to count for something. Demon Carol says, I've done one. I don't want to know. Says Poison Ivy over on Rumble. It seems like most of Rumble is going with Poison Ivy, although Torinol was fighting hard for Faye in the beginning. Deadeye's Lock as well. Radoka with a 2 says split vote. Can't decide here. You got to put names. Both their names. You were talking about Faye not being hot. I know. That's what I'm saying. She's wild, though. So that's got to count for something. Crash Collins with a 10 again over on Rumble for Poison Ivy. That is another 10 from Crash Collins. Shout out to you, my man. I appreciate the support. Thank you for that. This is all over the place. But Poison Ivy is pulling ahead. Little by little, she's pulling ahead. Can Faye catch up? I don't know. I guess we'll see. We got Alucard with a 2 says, Faye, my Valentine. Shout out to you, Alucard. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad to know she's your Valentine. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. What if people aren't allergic to the Poison Ivy plant? Well, then have at it. Go goon. It's all good. Radoka with a 2 says Ivy/Faye impossible ass rules. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. All right, so that's $2 for Ivy and $2 for Faye, Sonia. Just so we can keep track of that. $2 for both waifus since he split $2 twice. So crazy. Exactly. You just got to listen. They're not impossible. It's very easy rules. You just got to listen. You got to listen. The problem is nobody wants to listen. But just because you don't want to listen doesn't mean the rules are not going to be enforced. Tornall says, fuck my life. DEI goons ruined short blue hair, didn't they? Yeah, I got to imagine they kind of ruined like the multi-hair color thing. Sadly. You know? But what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? That is true, Gray Soul. Purple technically is back in thanks to the UK. Unironically, they weren't ready for that, but apparently that's what it is. So that's pretty funny. All right, boys. Faye's coming off screen. We got Alucard with a 2. I prefer the Uma Thurman version. Really. Faye is coming off screen, and it is now time for the final countdown. Even though Poison Ivy is doing better, it's still anybody's game. Fallen Angel with a 5. Ivy, I plant my seed in her backyard and her grassy knoll. That was very descriptive. Thank you, Fallen Angel. All right, guys, listen. Final countdown, Rumble. Rumble, pay attention. Stop lagging. Stop lagging, Rumble. Stop lagging. Stop lagging. Ron DFK with a 5 says, Faye, when is a joke of dad? When dad never comes back after saying he's going to get the milk. Jesus Christ. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Waiting. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The last one that is going to count is Kang with a 499 for Ivy. And you got Dark Mages throwing in a 5 for Faye. Says the only one that would top her would be Fujiko from Lupin the Third. Shout out to Dark Mages. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. 2 almost identical votes for 2 opposite waifus. Shout out to you. All right, guys, feed the ducks. And let's have Sonia count everything up. Feed the ducks, feed the ducks, feed the ducks. I'm going to put the belt on Poison Ivy in case she won. I'm not sure if she won. Monkey Man says RIP tier 2. And then Setsuna says don't say RIP. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We shall see. It is what it is. Let me put the belt on Poison Ivy quickly. Just in case she did actually win. I don't know if she won, but we'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out. What the fuck? YouTube kept telling me to edit my super. All I said was I gooned to Spike and Vicious. Yeah, they're not going to like that. Listen, I'll say this. If you're trying to get in a chair shot, you probably are going to want to limit any kind of craziness in the super chat. That way you don't run the risk of not being able to super and running out of time. Because that's just how YouTube is, unfortunately. So it's probably better off just to leave it simple and then go from there, you know? But that's it. Setsuna says we need a hero. Toxin says a hero will come along. No, I think if a hero wanted to come along, they would have did it already. So it just might be. It might be the night. Oh, shit. Turn off the music. Turn off the music. We got Faye at $44.69 against Poison Ivy at $68.98, which means the winner and the new Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only Poison Ivy. Ladies and gentlemen, goddamn, that is insanity, boys. Insanity. Let's do it one more time, boys. One more time. Let's go. There might be some coping and seething involved in tonight's waifu battle.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And that's going to be it for the waifu battle, ladies and gentlemen. Poison Ivy's going to go backstage, where she will begin our next week as the waifu battle champion, 9 p.m. Eastern Sunday. Do not miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Do not miss it. Do not miss it. What the fuck? Toxin. Toxin with a 69.69 calling me gay. You paid $70 to call me gay?
Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life. Mucha lucha.
Paid $70 to call me gay? That's crazy. Oh, did that get us a tier 2? And that got us a tier 2? So you call me gay and it's tier 2? What the fuck? I never got called gay for $70. Sincerely, I never got called gay for $70. That's insane. Shout out to Toxin for helping us with everybody else combined, getting us to tier 2 at the very last second for 254 tier 2s in a row. Already solidifying 562 tier 1s in a row. That's insanity. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Toxin, for the last dono. I appreciate that. That is legendary. That is legendary. Thank you, man. Holy shit. All right, boys, listen, tonight was fun. It was fun, as it always is, but tonight was fun, man. Guys, join me over on Gravecast After Dark in a little bit. I'm going to need some time to edit and whatnot. I got to edit 2 videos and get ready for SNH tomorrow. But join me tonight. We're going to play for as long as we can. It won't be as long as normal, but, you know, that's okay. We'll do what we can. The link is there in the chat. Go check it out. We're going to be playing Kenna Bridge of Spirits. If you guys have never seen that game, if you're curious about that game, definitely go check it out. It's going to be a good time. Should be a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for... Wait, what? I wasn't calling Hypno gay. I just didn't know what to write in the chat. So you said gay? Instead of putting like a period or 3 dots, you didn't know what to say, so gay was the first thing that came to your mind? Jeez. Of course. Thank you guys so much for liking the stream, commenting, spamming the chat, super chatting, gifting memberships, everything. I appreciate it. And shout out to the Hypno mods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you as well. Shout out to Sonia for counting tonight. Thank you so much. And I will see every single one of you tonight on the stream. Until then, you guys are ready. Oh, and don't miss SNH tomorrow. I need all the help I can get. Please. I need all the help that I could get taking down Cassie and her army of coke. Please. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, go be bigots and go be gooners. Bye.
I am not gay. minute. And I got news for you. Let me see,
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
her dog or her cat was named Vagina. Vagina. Vagina.
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.